continuing work on what I've affectionately referred to for now anyway as the Grape Ape. It's a big lifted purple golf cart. It's not going to stay purple. I think I'm going to paint it. I'm not sure what color yet, but that's for another day. Today I'm going to install a new MCOR. An MCOR is like a potentiometer that works with the accelerator pedal, the gas pedal. It basically gives the controller the amount of throttle you're giving. So the more you push the pedal down, the more angle, right? The farther you push it, the more juice it gives the motor. And it does that with a electronic box that detects the angle of the pedal. So it'll give basically a percentage of throttle. In a gas engine, a lot of times that's done with a cable. So there's a cable that runs from the gas pedal to the actual throttle on the engine. And as you push the pedal down, it pulls harder and opens everything up more, opens the intake up more, and sends more fuel and air into the engine. Electric motors is a little different. It's all electronic. You have to determine the throttle control electronically, and that's what this does. This is a little bit older one. This is a 2002 cart, so it has the original MCOR in it, and apparently there is an upgraded version, the MCOR 4, which most everybody says don't buy the cheap Amazon MCOR, buy the conversion kit. It's about 180 bucks or whatever, something like that, and for the OEM version of it, and upgrade to Club Car OEM MCOR 4. So in true Ryan fashion, I went to Amazon and bought the cheap one, and we're gonna give it a shot. The problem I'm trying to resolve here is at low speed, at low throttle, this cart will maybe about half the time I do this, it'll go and it'll just die. And it kind of goes in, I think what they refer to as a regen mode, like the electric motor actually starts to put the brakes on, so to speak. It stops itself. So it doesn't just coast to a stop. Like the electric motor itself, and not only can the electricity and fire up all those magnets on the inside, the internals to spin, and spin it obviously at varying speeds, it can also force it to stop spinning, which stops all the drivetrain. So you're sort of just putzing along, and all of a sudden it's like you're jerked forward like you hit the brakes. At full throttle, and so far anyway, and I haven't been running around at full throttle very often, but it doesn't really do it. So it's really kind of like under load, it seems to be okay. If I'm driving on the pavement, it tends to do it more than when I'm driving in the grass, because again, there's a little bit of load on the drivetrain. So everybody online says it's probably either the solenoid or the MCOR, or maybe both. So I bought an MCOR unit. We're going to swap it out, see if this resolves the problem. If not, then I'll move on and replace the solenoid, which also isn't very expensive. This MCOR unit from Amazon is about 40 bucks. It's much cheaper than the updated version, and I'm just trying to save some money on this cart. I realize the whole buy once, cry once thing, and I may regret cheaping out on this particular endeavor. I'm also going to end up doing the whole front end while I've got it up in the air, but I've already done a video on that. I'll doing all of the tie rods and shocks and stuff in the front end. I'll link that down below if you want to watch that one. But for now, let's get underneath. Let's get to that. I'll show you what that MCOR unit looks like. There's a bracket that goes across here, and a bar that rotates with the pedal rotation and turns this unit, which has some wires that come out of it. And I'll show you. We'll get underneath and I'll show you. But it's right about here, and there's a rail that goes down the middle, and it's on the passenger side of that rail. So easier to get to it from the other side. So I'm going to crawl under there and I'll show you from that side what it looks like. Okay, so this is the MCOR unit right here. I have this wiring harness. Put that underneath for a second. You get two harnesses that plug in here, and there's screws that come in from the other side, from the back side of that frame. And that is, let's get the glare off the light here. There is the shaft I was talking about. That's your gas pedal. So as you push the pedal down, it rotates this bar, what would be clockwise, right? And that comes in here. Let's get you a look over here. Comes through that frame rail into into the MCOR there. So we got to take this off and get it off that shaft and get a new one on. So there's our screws. I got one here and one up there. It's kind of kitty corner, and then there's little tabs, little nubs that come through the holes on this side to align it. And I think that's just got a spline on it. This sits into that plastic piece. I think that will just pop off. So we'll get these removed. All right, oh, they're just coarse thread screws. Oh, okay. Okay, so the whole shaft pulled off of a gas pedal. That's not a big deal though. That was right back on. All right. Now, what are these? These have dirt on my face. That's fun. Okay, these just have little tabs on the back. There's a square one and a triangle one, so they only go in one spot, one way. All right, simple enough. Let's go get the other one, which I should have brought with me. I didn't think that far ahead. Okay. And it goes this way. The connector's out the back side. Okay. And it goes up there. Kind of a pain. I'll just put a new one in later. There we go. Now I got some clearance so we can see. Oh, this spline, interesting. I didn't know that. Has one fat spot. I don't know if you can see that very good. They're all pointed except this one is flat, and this has a matching. So it has to go in a certain way. There it goes. Gotta make sure we line that up properly. There it goes. And then get this lined up with here. Okay, I think we're good. So I'm gonna get those posts. That post is in. That post is not. There it goes. Okay. Now. So this is a coarse threaded screw screwing into plastic. So be careful, because it will strip out probably pretty easily. So just don't. I'm kind of soft on the ratchet here. Just so it's snug. You just don't want it to fall off. It doesn't need to be super tight. So now, if I pull the gas pedal, get that click. Make sure it's actually rotating inside here. It seems to be. So I guess that's it. I'll have to try it out and see if it made any difference. Okay, so that did not solve it, looks like. I took it out, finally got a chance to get out for a test drive, and initially, actually, it looked like it was working really well. I was super stoked. Like I was about to come back in here and make a nice wrap-up video clip here for how awesome and cheap this fix was. And then it wasn't. Initially, I drove around, you know, and quite a bit without any issues. I took it up and down the road here, and I do think I got a little bit better throttle response, so there was an improvement there. I gained about a mile an hour, so now we're up to about 18, 19 miles an hour, bounces between 18, 19 instead of 17, 18. And then I was driving back. I was like, look, we're good to go. And I'm driving back here to the shop, and it just one time just kicked out. So now I wonder if it's maybe the solenoid. It's, you know, the connections in here are all pretty bad. There's a lot of rust and corrosion. This cart got wet for sure. I don't think it's a flooded cart, but I think it certainly, like there's mud all over the dirt and stuff all over the bottom of it. I think it was some, to get look at these big knobby tires. Whoever had it probably took it off-roading, and so it got stuff splashed in, and they probably didn't do a very good job of cleaning it out. And so I wonder that. The other thing I think it might be is the battery itself. This new lithium battery, this cheaper one, from an amperage output standpoint, it might not be. It might be triggering the BMS to shut it down. So I don't know if I can bypass that or what. So I'm curious what you guys think. What might be happening here? What might my next steps be? It's not a huge deal. Like, it works 90% of the time. It's that 10%, and once it starts doing it, it seems to do it habitually. Like, it'll do it like it did. It was just pulling up the driveway here up to the shop, and it kicked off, and then I stepped on the gas and it kicked off again, and I limped my way back to the garage door here to pull it in. Shut it off, got out, came open the garage door. When I went back out, it worked just fine. So did it cool off? I don't know. I'm a whole lot of speculation here. So I could use some help if you guys have any thoughts. But that's how you change an MCOR. So if you have a problem with one of those, you want to swap it out, that's how you do it. I'll put a link down below, the one I got. I'll also put a link down below to the MCOR 4 upgrade, or, you know, the conversion. I may end up doing that. I don't think that's the issue. So I don't think it ever was the issue. I'm still in troubleshooting mode, but if you have a problem with yours, well, it's relatively easy to change. It took a few minutes, really. It was pretty simple. So, as always, hope that helps you. Hope you enjoyed a little bit of that. I'd love your feedback. If you have any other thoughts, comment down below on what you think might be going on here, because I'd really like to solve it. It's kind of annoying. Anyway, thanks guys. We'll see you next time.